So yes, good morning, and thank you to those of you that recommended I do this fragrance film. Yes, it's another fragrance film today. We are going to have a little bit of a mystery. Yes, there's a bad smell around the house, and I need to try and find out where it's coming from. I've got a suspicion this guy might be the culprit. So yeah, sit back, enjoy. Looking forward to doing this one. Hope you like it too. Spongebob, it's actually been alright. I've been on my own for the last 3 weeks. Mum and Dad haven't been here, and I haven't had to worry too much. I've managed to cook my own dinner, gone to work. I've just done all the things I'd normally do, and it makes me realise that actually I can cope. I can cope on my own. Oh, you farted, haven't you? That stinks. You haven't. Come on, stop joking. It's obvious to you. Oh, maybe not. It doesn't really smell like a fart, actually, does it? I'll open the window. Well, it's definitely not coming from outside. It smells lovely out there today. It's like a cool, crisp morning. This is weird. You sure it wasn't you? You've been eating like rotten eggs or something? No, you're right. It's kind of got like this smell of rotten bananas and sweat mixed together. It's not like a fart. Hopefully that'll clear it. Feels like it's getting stronger. Let's have a little wander around my room, see if it smells more over this side where my bed is. Come on, it's not me. I don't smell that bad. Right, it's not my bed. Should we try these drawers? No, I've only got Huels in there, and they're bottled things anyway. Pyjama drawer. No, they smell clean. Is it me? No, I smell alright, but I do need to put a fragrance on before I go out for my run. Right, Spongebob, I'm going to let you stay here, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to just close the window, but I'm going to mask the smell. I'm going to spray a really strong fragrance, saying I'll wear it on my run. It's really, really pongy. It's getting worse. Right, we're going to spray Yognog in the room, because this one's so nice. It says, indulge in a biscuit butterscotch warmth for this cinder toffee fragrance made with spice, clove bug, and delicate yang yang. So hopefully this sort of smell kind of gives you that Christmas holiday season vibe. Hopefully that's just going to mask the smell, because it's really bad. I'll put some on myself as well. Oh, I forgot to put this top on today. Been reusing a lot of my clothes since Mum's been away, because it saves money on the washing. I don't know how to use the washing machine. Oh, that smells a lot better. Right, Spongebob, just stay here, look after the house, and if anything changes, just let me know, okay? When I get back, hopefully it'll be gone anyway, but yeah, I must get out for my run before. There's a local race today, so I don't want to get caught in it. Anyway, catch you in a bit. Oh, I really hope we get to the bottom of what this horrible rotten smell is. But it did get me thinking as well, and not being funny, when you walk around in the day and you sort of smell things, you do actually realise there's a lot of smells that actually aren't very pleasant. I'm going to tell you my top 3 least sort of favourite smells, things that almost make me gag and make me feel sick. And speaking of sick, that's got to be number 1. Now, I'm someone who's obviously first aid trained with some of the jobs I've done before, working in schools, doing sports coaching, and I have had a couple of situations when I was at school. For some reason, I was always the person that was sat next to the person on the coach who was travel sick, and honestly, the smell of sick just makes me feel like I'm going to throw up myself. Recently, my dad came back from a holiday in Benidorm. I think he got some quite severe food poisoning, or he got some bug, and even just the noise of him being sick just brought that horrible feeling, that smell in my mind, that, I felt faint, I felt dizzy, I had to go downstairs. So I've definitely got a bit of a phobia of it, and a lot of it comes down to that horrible smell you get of it. And when I was a sports coach, I remember there was a boy who was unfortunately sick all over the floor, and you get given this powder which almost just like soaks the sick up and mops it up. But the smell just made me feel, because it was a really hot tent, it was like a 40, 50 Celsius tent, you couldn't escape that smell for a few days because it was just so pungent. It was absolutely disgusting. But another one I really hate as well, and it's probably because I don't actually particularly like it as a food, it's cheese. But there's one cheese in particular, so it's a blue cheese. It's called Roquefort, pronounced spelled Orquefort, and it's so slimy, but the smell of it is so strong. If you get it on your hand and you try and wash your hands, it's going to take a little bit of time for it to really come off. It gets caught under your nails. It's just, it's absolutely disgusting. And I've tried a little bit. I don't know how people can eat it. Look, I can swallow cheese, I can consume it, but I'll be honest, that smell alone, just opening a new pack of it, makes me gag. And that's just, again, through my work, I've smelt that cheese a lot, and it's not nice at all. It's really not. And then the last one, and to be honest, this is horrible, and I'm sure you've all smelt this smell before, is rotting flesh, like a dead animal. So we've, at the moment, as you've probably seen from my YouTube shorts, I've got some foxgloves under the garden room. Of course, sometimes a couple of them have died under there before, some of them come when they've been young, which gives off that horrible smell. But where they, obviously, the parents hunt, they drag a lot of the food under there for the young, and that smell of rotting flesh is absolutely disgusting. And we've actually got like this pipe in the wall, and we've had dead rats in there, and honestly, the smell, we've had dead mice under the kitchen boarding, and it just is horrible. There's something about that smell, and you've seen it in like films and programs, like detective ones, when they open like a room and then there's like rotting flesh and it almost like they throw up, because it is just such a disgusting smell. But there are some horrible smells actually I don't mind, which I'm sure some of you probably do, so we'll go on to the horrible smells next that actually I quite like. Now, there are also some smells that a lot of people like, but it's very hard to know why we like them. And obviously at the moment I'm running on concrete, and we have had a bit of rain, and you know that initial time when rain hits concrete, it's kind of that smell, and it's really, really nice. I really like it. Rain on concrete definitely has an aura, like a aroma to it, and it is, in my opinion, very pleasant, as is the smell of petrol. You know, when you go to like a petrol station, I don't dislike that smell of petrol, I really don't. And even things like dupe, only joking, I like dupe. I know dupe's very divisive, some people love it, some people hate it. I think some people like to hate it, but actually deep down don't mind it that much as a fragrance. But there are a couple of smells in particular though, that many people don't like, and I actually do. And a lot of it kind of comes down to the fact they either bring me a happy scent memory or just a nice taste. So the first thing I really like is I actually love my tinned fish, and I like a tin of sardines, a tin of mackerel, tin kippers, tin salmon, whatever it is, I'm quite happy to have it. You know, fish in the tin is such an easy, convenient meal for me. But there's no two ways about it. It stinks. You know, tin tuna stinks. Tin of sardines, to be honest, is probably the worst smelling one, the oily fish. Because when you pour the water down the sink or the salt, it doesn't go because it's so oily, it's so thick. And you can almost smell it through the drain. So if I want the kitchen to myself at times, I just open a tin of fish, because honestly everyone in the house hates it. And I'll be honest, it does. Again, it goes back to that kind of rotting flesh smell. But I also work in an environment where I'm always handling raw fish and raw meat. And I think because I actually enjoy those foods, it kind of makes me think, like you smell like a nice bit of bacon. It makes you think, oh, I like that bacon sandwich or something. I think in a weird way, that smell of rotting fish or that fishy smell, I don't mind, because it makes me think, oh, it's one of my favourite foods, is a tin of sardines. And the other one is kind of more of a scent memory, but on this run, I run down this, it's like a country road, it's like a farm road essentially, and there's cows there, there's sheep, there's a million flies because of all the dung that's around. But that smell of farm, I actually quite like. Again, I've been on many holidays, and I've been on a couple where we've actually stayed on a farm down in the West Country. That's where like the cottage is, and I love it. You know, I used to feed the animals when I was a kid. We used to be able to feed the sheep as part of the sort of thing that they did as a holiday accommodation. It just brings back those memories. That smell of farm, that smell of dung, let's say, is something I like, because it takes me back to those holidays when I was younger growing up. And yeah, it still brings back those memories. Honestly, even when I run down this road, it just has that smell, and it's unpleasant, but I still like it. Anyway, what we'll do, we'll head back in a second, and yeah, we'll see if that if that smell has cleared a little bit. I'm back, and that was a delicious cup of coffee. I do enjoy a coffee. Got it all over my face now, but something still really smells in the house. It's not just my room. I think it's strongest in my room, but yeah, it's definitely a pongy smell in here. I think I might put on my Lush Pumpkin Spice candle. That fragrance Yognog hasn't particularly stopped it, so yeah, we'll put a candle on. Hopefully that'll stop it while I go to the gym. There we go. I've put my candle on. Oh, please smell, just go away. It's getting worse. It's definitely rotten bananas, sweat and cheese. Look, SpongeBob, it absolutely stinks up here. You sure this isn't you? Yeah, it don't smell like you, but it stinks. It's really definitely coming from my room. Look, Mum and Dad are back in like 3 days. 3 days. What am I going to say to them when they come in? Look, I've been sort of immersed in it for a bit, so it probably doesn't smell as strong to me as it will to them. They're going to kick me out of the house, aren't they? And you'll be homeless as well, so you better not be lying about this. We've been getting away with it for too long. I paid £25 a month rent. I'm getting away with absolute robbery, really, haven't I? Look, I've put a candle on. Just keep an eye on it, make sure it's all safe. And look, keep the window open. Spray a bit more of my spray. Not on yourself, though, only in the room. Hopefully that'll mask it at the very least. And we'll try and get to the root of it when I'm back from the gym, okay? So look, just don't do anything silly. Just stay here, stay on guard. If you can find anything, let me know. It's always when SpongeBob is around, isn't it? Pretty rancid smell, stressing me out. I think it's time to think of some smells that I do actually like, that most people do. And to be honest, it tends to come back to food for me. So I really love the smell of a ripe orange. You know, like when you open this really ripe orange, skin's easy to peel off and it all sort of drips down your arm. It just smells amazing. And actually, again, a little bit like some of the other things I was talking about earlier, oil on your hand is really hard to get off. And yeah, it means that actually your hands smell very like citrusy for a long time. And of course, orange citrus is very popular in perfumery and for good reason as well. This one isn't, but I do love the smell of it in terms of food, and that is gravy, like gravy and chicken, roast dinner. Just reminds me of the holiday season. Also reminds me of like a Sunday roast, which of course is very popular, and it's a Sunday today. And yeah, having steak today, which my granddad is making, so yeah, I'm quite happy with that at the same time as well. I do love the smell of a steak, and yeah, to be honest with you, I love the smell of fudge as well. When I go on holiday down in the West Country, that smell of the fudge shops just again takes me back to those times growing up as a child. But also, you know, things that aren't food related, walking through like a spring garden. My nan is obsessed with, well, her garden, to be honest with you. She could be out in it all day with all her flowers and stuff. And yeah, just again, it reminds you of the sort of season of better weather and sunshine, and yeah, just again, holiday type season. So they're kind of the smells I really enjoy. Of course, you can't beat the smell of like a coffee in the morning as well, or a hot chocolate at night on a cold day. And when you think about it, again, that's why a lot of these fragrances now do have them in these gourmand scents. And yeah, I'm a big fan of them. I don't think they're going to go anytime soon alongside the freshies that are just staple fragrances. And yeah, I mean, Aqua de Parma Rancid Free, if you want a really good orange scent, can't get better than that one. Oh, it absolutely stinks. It's getting even worse. Can you not smell that, SpongeBob? You don't think it's that bad? I've checked everywhere. I've checked my drawers, I've checked my bag. It's not my bed. It's not you, it's not me. I'm wondering if it's that dirty clothes that I've not washed, that I've just left on my sofa since Mum's been away. As I said, I don't really know how to use the washing machine, so we're going to have to check over there, aren't we? Why can't I check over there? Oh, go away, SpongeBob. I'm going to go check. There's nothing haunted under there. Of course there isn't. You just stay there and I'll have a look. Got my trousers here. My socks. Oh, yeah, that does smell. What? There's a rotten banana skin. Wow, that does really smell. There's a rotten banana skin under there. And they were hidden in my socks. So that cheesy, sweaty... Yeah, sorry, no, I don't have cheesy feet. It doesn't smell cheesy, really. It's just that banana smell, rotten banana smell. It's coming from this. You've been eating my bananas, haven't you? I don't really care if you have a banana. Yes, I know I spent my own money on it. Mum normally buys these things, but it's hardly like it's a fragrance. Normally it's fragrances that you're ripping me off with. Next time, just tell me, SpongeBob. You don't have to hide these things. We got a food waste bin outside. Look, it's okay, but I can't believe you lied to me again, SpongeBob. I cannot believe you lied to me again. That's the worst bit about this, SpongeBob. It's not eating my food. It's not using my fragrances. It's lying to me all the time. I'm just glad I found it. Because honestly, we would have both been kicked out if that wasn't for you. So you know what you're going to have to do now, don't you?
Because I don't know how to use the washing machine, you're going to have to go in myself and get all that horrible banana mush out of it. Right, in you go. This is payback. They do smell, I must admit. That is horrible. But it's definitely the banana, I promise, that was the smelly thing in today's video. Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this one. Plenty more videos and films to come, and hopefully you'll join me for those. I'll catch you later.